Welcome back, my computer duders. This time we're going to be playing a turd, and there's no polishing it. But I'm going to try. Somebody has to. Why am I playing this roasted dog shit? Because Minecraft won't connect to my server. I don't know why. This was originally a DK2 game, and they really didn't do much to change it. Just ported it straight across to CV1 and charged full price. Come to VR developer land where the streets are paved with gold and rubes will pay anything for 5-minute Unity projects. Oh, not 5 minutes. Let me be more charitable than that. Some work went into this for sure. It does look like it's mostly stock assets that they got from Turbo Squid or something. Some of these textures could be unique. It's a good atmosphere. It's just so incredibly basic. It's obvious that this was a VR demo, and selling it as a demo for full price. You're just taking advantage of me. You're just bending me over the barrel and lubing up my butthole and going to Browntown. You know, there's no VR content I won't buy. You know that. Look at this. Look at this level design quality. I'll still probably get scared. That's why I love even shitty VR horror is scary. And if I'm honest, I kind of have a thing for it. I kind of find it charming because when I really got into horror gaming in about 2013, I did it by scouring Game Jolt for, even the worst of the worst. I would play anything, and I had a good time. I had fun. It was scary. Even shitty VR games are scary. That's the magic of... Ah! God! Oh, I don't... Oh, that's like going outside. Okay, it's Satan. Mystery solved. Of course Satan would do this. And the question now is why the intercom's not playing Nickelback. If I could pick up bricks. Or run? No, I'm not going that way. I have to though, don't I? Am I like a pervert in this game who likes being tormented? Is that in fact why I would go straight towards her? Be like, punish me. Punish me, mistress. Okay, wait. This is where it came from, isn't it? Oh, it's like Rosie O'Donnell's period. No, you know what it's like? It's like elementary school taco fillings. Where you're pretty sure they just empty all the rat traps into a giant blender. But whatever, dude. That's protein. You can lift with that. I have to confront that Silent Hill bitch, don't I? God damn it. It doesn't even let me be smart. I have to be a stereotypical, stupid fucking horror protagonist who goes straight towards scary things. When I should have known. Like, why did I walk off that ledge? That was the only way to go, but in real life, like, nobody would walk off the ledge voluntarily. They would sit there with their phone trying to get a signal out until they starved to death. Okay, come at me. Really? Really? Fuck you. Is there anything here? There's nothing here. I'm gonna find like a rusty copy of Pokemon Blue or something. That's the treasure at the bottom of this dungeon. It's gonna have Mew 3 on it. So I was looking at old VR headsets. Like the Sega one. Everybody, I think, remembers when Sega promised Who dat? Who dat? Oh. Sega promised VR so realistic people would hurt themselves walking into things because they thought it was real. And it was, apparently people who tried it said it was just shitty as hell because the Sega Genesis obviously couldn't render anything resembling VR. Even the Virtual Boy, for some stupid reason, they didn't think, you know, we better put a good 3D chip in this because people are going to expect 3D graphics from virtual reality. They put a single 32-bit processor, underclocked. It just barely managed some 3D wireframe games, and there was a horror game that was based on H.P. Lovecraft that was kind of interesting, but it wasn't really 3D. It was like those old RPGs where you move forward one space at a time and turn 90 degrees all at once. Who's playing with them chains? Satan. We talked about this. We talked about this in group therapy, Satan. I'm gonna run into the ghost hunter guys. They're gonna be like, I felt a cold breeze. You feel cold breeze in your balls? It was a ghost. It was a spooky ghost. Everything is a ghost to them. Life must be so magical when you tribute everything to paranormal spoops. Like, this salt shaker is not the same place I left it last night. It's a ghost. The ghost did it. Okay, blood doesn't signify anything, I don't think. If it runs a little bit shitty, it's because I turned the quality all the way up, and I did that because it was running abysmally slow and terribly at the lowest settings. And, well, no, it wasn't running slow. Everything was pixely. It's now at like 200% oversampling, which shouldn't even run this crappy because what is it rendering? This is like a Quake 1 level of geometric complexity. Okay, I can't go that way. Jigger the chains. Whoever made this place is like, oh, dude, gotta put chains everywhere. Everywhere. Chains are the scariest shit. When he sees the first chain, he's gonna be like, oh my god, no. There better not be a bunch more chains exactly like that. But there were! Spoopy. This is a good Halloween game, though. This is a good, stupid horror game. That's what I love about Game Jolt. I mean, they're quick. They're like WarioWare quick. You're just in, you get spooked and you're out and you're done. And it's a little bite-sized thrill. I've seen this a bunch of times. Where am I supposed to go? How do I run? I can't run, can I? I saw a comment that said they added touch support to this, but I tried to touch controllers and nothing. So maybe they mean you can touch yourself while you play it? I've been doing that and it works fine. Like, penis compatibility is A+. Then again, there's not much that isn't penis compatible except for bar mitzvahs, it turns out. Learn from my mistakes. I was just excited and happy for his life, his future as a mensch. If this were a better game, this would be a puzzle where I could grab the chain through the bars and do something with it. It's really uncomfortable. At least my stupidity will stretch this out a little bit longer. This is the way I came. That's the blood. That's the blood wall. Wall of blood. Maybe I have to go back into the puddle. Into the menstrual soup. Get in the soup, baby. Get in the soup. This looks like a... You know, in Mexican restaurants, they have the green hot sauce and the red hot sauce? And supposedly, they're like different levels of spiciness, but they taste exactly the same. They're just made out of differently colored peppers, or like they use different food dye. I normally don't go in for fast food because I know how bad it is for my body. It's never worth it. You look at it and it looks so good when you're super hungry, and then you eat it and then you just feel painful regret. Not as much as the toilet that you punish later, but pretty intense regret. But there's some places like fucking Panda Express that has some good things like honey walnut chicken, and you just can't get it anywhere else. Like a Taco Time is a guilty pleasure of mine because they have these rolled up crisp burritos that have either meat, beans, or chicken inside. And that's an actual taquito, which Taco Bell does not have. Which, you know, that's another place I need to swear off. But sometimes you gotta have Taco Bell, like 6 a.m. Well, not 6 a.m. because they're closed. I've been trying to eat at actual food places and also make my own food out of like ingredients, because I know I should be able to do that at my age. They have deals sometimes that make it actually cheaper to eat out, though, which is kind of perverse that we live in a country where that's the case, because you know they accomplished that at the expense of slave labor somehow. Huh. What was that? This is just a what was that game. It's like every day if you're an elderly man in a nursing home. Hey, what was that? What was that? Except it's because he can't hear anything. So every day is spook to him. Also because he's so close to death and he knows it. What are you sad about? There's gonna be other guys. Oh, okay. Well, I got to see boobs. 10 out of 10. Game of the year all years. How did she... Is she a T1... She's a T1000. Everything makes sense now. You saw her. She went straight through the bars. This is a canonical Terminator game. They're taking the form of blow-up dolls now. Which is better, the left boob or the right boob? I want to say usually the left boob is nicer. It's like it points the right way and it's better shaped, but the other, the right boob is usually bigger. So it's a question of size or quality. Which is much the same dilemma that many women face when selecting men. But then I never promised I was a quality man. Okay, here's Miss Whiplash again. You should get that looked at. Maybe like a class action lawsuit. You could score at least $15. They send you a check. They send you a check in the mail, and you can buy Doritos. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have to run from that, but there's nowhere to go except for here. Okay, that opened by itself. That's maybe this is just a really modern facility with electric doors. This looks nicer than where I was, although it raises the question why. Like, to have these tiles put in, they would have had to pay a tile, like a Mexican guy named Juan, to come down here and lay the tiles. What was he thinking when he came down here? Like, okay, Senor, your rape dungeon is ready. Now you promise to pay me $12 and a 6-pack of Shasta. Okay, so this is raising a lot more questions than it answers. This is an underground facility. Is it just copy and pasting a bunch of horror tropes together? I'm pretty sure it is. There's no story here. It's just whatever will be scary that's under $5 on Turbo Squid. Should have turned the quality down a little bit. This is scaring me. When a shitty game doesn't run perfectly at highest settings, because it means my 980 GTX is not enough anymore. They're stupid if they make games that need even more than the 970 at this stage, because how many people even have that? If you make a game that needs a superpowered like a GPU most people don't have, you're the problem. You're limiting the adoption of VR. I hate to say that. I'm not just saying that as a frugal son of a bitch. I mean, I 50% am. The other 50% is, though, there's a lot of people who can't even afford the headset. And when you tell them that they need a new GPU, too, GPUs will refresh over time. It's guaranteed people will buy new graphics cards. What's not guaranteed is whether they'll buy the headset. And what decides, in part, whether people buy the headset is whether they think they'll be able to run it on their graphics card. In large part. Sometimes my penis dances like that when it's happy. So, never. My penis has never been happy. I've taken it to penis therapy. And, you know, all the therapist ever says is that there's no such thing as penis therapy. Put that away. Either pay for my time or leave. Which is not really life-affirming, I feel. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I think I could do a better job in her shoes. People are always telling me to put it away. Why are they got to be such buzzkills? And why are they got to be sex negative? They're sex negative feminists. Oh, this is not blood. This is... Could this be worse? Did somebody throw up from motion sickness here? There's no manufacturer's label on this lamp. That's curious. Okay, so apparently some people slept down here at one point, but then when they left, they were like, "You can't leave any mattresses. It would be too comfy and not scary enough." Did this move? This didn't move. What if I do this? Oh, okay. I'm stupid. This doesn't hurt at all. Just bumping my shins on bare metal here. You guys want a lawsuit? This is how you get a lawsuit. This is the shittiest haunted house that I've ever been in. There wasn't even a sign. Acid reflux. That's not an item. That's just a specular map from a bucket. This is not the poor man's Outlast. This is like the straight up homeless tweaker's Outlast. It doesn't help. Is there anything behind here? There's not. How do I have a flashlight? Are my eyes glowing? Maybe I'm the monster. What a twist! Is that all you care about, M. Night Shyamalan, is twists? Twist my nipples! Okay, I guess that's a more diverse range of interests, although they're ultimately still related. I'm gonna go back here. This is just walking back and forth until something changes. Suddenly it changes. Violently it changes. That's the real horror story, is finding your old MP3 collection from like 1996 and cringing so hard you implode inward onto yourself. The spooky door. Oh, this isn't seriously the ending, is it? Spooky man cometh. He's raving. He's oons, 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 oons. Where's his glow sticks? Oons, 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 oons. Bro, you need glow sticks? You need MDMA? $1 for a pill. Oh, dude. I need to make more sales. Oh, fuck! Okay, you got me. You got me. Oh, so he was a lamp! Holy shit! Now that's a twist! Am I a lamp? Rob Schneider is a lamp. He thought he had everything, but then he had an experience some would call illuminating. I'm not sorry. Get fucked. All is fair in love, war, and comedy. Except shouting racial slurs, it turns out. I miss when Kramer was just a lovable goof. I still don't think he's... I just think he made a... He's got some kind of brain problem and made a bad decision in the spur of the moment because he couldn't think of anything funny. And the Kramer School of Comedy is if you can't think of anything funny, you shout racial slurs. Which is, you know, something the real Kramer would kind of do. It's about as good an idea as he usually has. What the fuck is with all these refrigerators? Is this IKEA? IKEA has become really low rent. So I turn around, is there going to be a spooky man? Surprisingly, no. Who makes their doors out of magma? I can think of at least a dozen better materials. They're not in the process of phase change. Or if you just like cut out a square of that, that could be a 9 Inch Nails album cover. Dude, baby, you gotta take it slower than that. You don't just jump out at them naked. I mean, I'll let it slide this one time because I haven't got my dick wet in a while. Usually I don't get it wet with blood, but any port in a storm. The fuck? Is she who all the period blood came from? Is she just a regular woman who has gross ass, like volcanic periods that just... It's like the Gushers commercial, only instead of fruit juice coming out, it's just blood. It's fucking puke and diarrhea and blood. Oh, they're 2/3 of the way to Bud Light. Oh, okay. I feel like this should open. I hear shit happening behind there. There's another shitty fucking early horror game I want to play that I think it's called Lost in the Rift, which was another demo from the DK2 days where all they did was... I'm glad they did that because it means we don't lose anything to history. To like, it doesn't fade and become incompatible and unplayable. But to charge money for it, just because you made it compatible with modern hardware is kind of understandable. I guess effort is effort and people shouldn't have to work for free, but still, dude. Sometimes they're $20 and this one wasn't $20, this was $5. I understand the value of money to some degree. I mean, okay, I spent like $200 on a factory surplus pallet of high-C ecto cooler. It wasn't ecto cooler from the 80s. I tracked down the original formula and found out it was identical to the flavor they're still making called Shoutin' Orange Tangerine. That the only difference was the label on the box. And I really missed ecto cooler, so I bought a huge fucking pallet of Shoutin' Orange Tangerine. And then from then on, whenever anyone came over to my house, they were like, "You have something to drink?" And I'm like, "Yes!" And they're like, "Besides Shoutin' Orange Tangerine?" And I'm like, "You too good for the nectar of the gods, bro?" Shit, come on! I have no way of interacting with anything either, because contrary to what the comments would have you believe, this is not actually touch compatible. Is it a thing where I need to race between the two doors and only one is open at a time? Because I still can't run. The only button that does anything is this is like on the same level as Google Cardboard Games. You know what this is? This is a lesbian like avant-garde artist who just smears her menstrual blood on everything and then calls it art. It's like if she needs to get rid of something out of her house because it's too cluttered, she smears blood on it and sells it as art for like $6,000. I'm only mad because I didn't think of it first. Like, if there was that much money in it for me, I could come up with some menstrual blood from somewhere in my body. Life finds a way. I have to walk really close to things, don't I? I spent all this time in my life learning how to respect personal space, and now they tell me not to. I can't go back to the menu. If I go back to the menu, then everything resets. I don't want to do this again. I heard a door open. Don't you fuck with me. If I go back now, is that door going to be open? How can this not open? If it's timed, I'm gonna fucking... Here's how we pad it out. We have a timed door, but we also have a bunch of random sound effects at intervals to keep them spooked. It's probably how that meeting went, although saying there's a meeting assumes there's more than one person on this project. This is probably some teenagers, like game design. There's red stuff on this door. Doesn't that mean I should be able to open it? If I wait, will this open? $99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, fill it with pee. 98 bottles of beer on the wall. 98 bottles of beer on the wall. 98 bottles of beer. Take another one down, fill it with pee. Now I've got 2 bottles of pee that aren't on the wall. How the fuck? Maybe I need to move something. Nope. In Penumbra, that's always the answer. So there's a vent behind something in the room. It gets more creative than that sometimes, but not... Oh! I thought that was an impassable barrier. Everything is pushable in this game. Good to know. Would have liked some kind of cue, if that's the case. Maybe I should have just tried everything. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Don't let your dreams be memes. Okay, Lavador. Whatever. Think I'm scared of you? I'm scared of my own problems. That's what I'm running from. You want to talk scary? Student loan debt's scary. Not being able to buy a house ever is scary. I basically have to come up with the cash in hand for whatever I'm going to live in. It's not going to be a trailer. If all I can afford is a trailer, I'll just shoot myself. Which is, in fact, a great solution to a wide variety of problems. Because you don't need... It eliminates your food budget. It eliminates... Oh, it's that time of the month! Oh, she's gushing! She's gushing! Oh, and there's only one flavor. It's not all the fruit flavors at the fucking... Okay. TV commercials advertised. They said there would be banana and orange and lime. But this just tastes like spaghetti sauce. And also pennies. For some reason. Spaghetti sauce and pennies. Okay. You know what? This sucks anyway. Kill me. Fucking kill me. You think I give a shit? I'm like that rat in the abyss where they hold it underwater. What is it in? It's in pink children's mouthwash, and it can breathe it. Because, you know, turns out the mice have gills. You should have paid attention to Bill Nye. Oh, you want in here with me? You want a party? He lives full time in Period Blood. I think he's down to party. He's for sure into weird shit. I'm better than Mario at holding my breath. But yeah, this is totally Game Jolt tier. Which is what, you know, it's a plus and a minus. If you've never done it, go scour Game Jolt for horror games and just play everything. Play whatever looks good, but then once you're done with playing the ones that look good, play everything. You'll be surprised. There will be some stuff that sincerely surprises you with its quality. Don't just play the 3D stuff. There's some good 2D... Even RPG Maker stuff can be scary. RPG Maker, also known as what your friend in high school really meant when he told everybody he was quote-unquote making a video game. Yeah, okay, you're making a video game with a tool that was designed to make it so babies could make an RPG. Shut up, it still counts. Okay, I'm going towards more blood. That seems wise. If there's anything wrong with this plan, I can't currently see it at this juncture. Is this a Bowser hallway? I don't think it's a Bowser hallway. Whoever built that fucking staircase, the browser really gets around. Okay. Okay. You're gonna pop up, aren't you? You're gonna pop out, aren't you? Pop out. I fucking dare you. It's not scary if I dared you to do it, dumbass. Way to play right into my expectations. You're a fucking stereotype. You know how many undead people can't get work because of you? They're like, oh, we shouldn't hire him. He's just gonna pop out and scream at people. This is a nice, comfy controller game, too. I'm finding myself liking controller games. I like games where I can sit down, which is going to make me fat and gross. Whereas currently I'm just gross. I like to be able to use my hands, especially in first-person shooters where I'm holding guns. But controller, I don't need to move anything but my head, basically. I can just kind of vegetate and let my massage chair take over. Once you've had heated seats in a car, you want every chair to be heated. So you'll, if you're like me, you go out and buy a heated computer chair. Because it's just, oh, it's so good. It's so good you can't live without it. It's not expensive. It costs about what a standard computer chair does. Okay. I made that happen with my mind. Let me just bounce around on that asset a little bit. On that. Bounce around that asset. Bounce around that asset. What does that asset do? Bounce that asset, girl. Jiggling chains, jiggling chains, jiggling... What technology is this that causes them to perpetually jiggle? When did that become a thing? When did rattling chains become scary? That's a trope. That's it dates back to like the night before. The Ebenezer Scrooge story. A Christmas Tale. Okay, I'm close to the fucking menstrual volcano. Let's see what's down here. Oh no, it's my period blood. Okay. Bro, so, you gay? I'm asking for a friend. I'm just saying, you know, we're both down here. Nobody can see. If you're DTF, I'm DTF, you know what I mean? What stays in the blood pool? I already said that part. What happens in here? What I fucked it up. Just suck my dick. Well, you want me to do you first? Are you fucking that selfish of a lover? Maybe I'm not DTF. How am I not drowning? I was the spoopy ghost all along. What if I'm scaring these creatures? What if I'm the monster? And she was screaming at me because I scared her. Just defending his territory. That's not the end, is it? That's it. That's a shitty end if that's the end. I forget. Oh my god, really? Fuck you. Tell me where you live. I want to come take a dump on your doorstep. Not even like set it on fire or anything. You're not worth the fucking match. See you in episode 2. Probably you will, I'm ashamed to say. So that's it. That's mental torment. I think the mental torment is what you feel when you realize that you spent $5 on this.